Crew Sports Network.
Who's got the rocket launcher? I say we blow it up. Now fire that thing.
It's for the city of sports, playing with a giant Nick. With my man S. God.
That's him.
You feel the vibe?
That's me.
We going live.
That's us.
That like button shared, you been subscribed.
Stadium.
That MetLife, Big Blue, home of the Braves.
Yeah.
That Turnpike, you can see that's where the game's played. NFL one day, then it's the NBA. Madison Square Garden, that's where the Knicks play. This that NY Logan, no it don't get broken. Legalize, mean this shit smoking. I'm on topic, dropping another episode. The game winner, trade, maybe a field goal. Everybody right now doing the wave. You tune in the show called TheMan-Cave. I see the chat, they always doing their thing. Big views, 85 inch screen. The game's on, you rush and bleed. Remain calm, you on the road and chill. Do the watch along. The show's on, the host, you know it's S-God. It's no telling the panel filled with guest stars. You're now rocking with the voice, you know who it is. It's your boy J Boogie. You're now rocking with my man S-God. I support him to the fullest, you heard? My man Mike Blaze. This is Alter Production. What that mean? We about to alter everything that's playing. Tune in. My man S.God. Support the show. Subscribe, share it. Most importantly, hit that like button.
What's good? What's good? Salute to the orange and blue skies. Salute Knicks Nation. You already know what time it is, man. But before we get started, man, I want to wish everybody a happy New Year's, man. Happy holidays. Season's greetings to you and your family, man. Hope all is well with everybody, man. Thank you guys for tuning in for this live broadcast between the Knicks and the Utah Jazz from Madison Square Garden in New York City. The Knicks close out the 2024 year with 8 wins in a row on the season. Looking to start the new year off with another win to make it 9 in a row tonight on New Year's Day, man. Madison Square Garden. Should be a great game between the Knicks and the Jazz. Jazz coming in this game at 7-24 on the season. Losers of 4 in a row coming in. Knicks, as we know it, 23-10, coming off of a 8-game win streak, back-to-back wins in the nation's capital in D.C. against the Washington Wizards. So great win by the Knicks, man. Knicks starting to round out into form, man. Like I said, the only thing left to do is just the chemistry on defense and things like that. But the offense so far has been clicking on all cylinders, man. So, man, let's see what they do tonight. Hopefully they could get a payback on the Jazz. They lost the game in Utah to the Jazz 121-106 about a month and a half ago. Well, the Knicks just couldn't find anything, man, from three-point range. They were cold, man. So hopefully, like I said, they would get red hot and get this payback on the Jazz, man. But thank you guys for tuning into the Man-Cave podcast, courtesy of the Big Blue Crew Sports Network, man. Like I wanted to say before, Happy New Year's and season's greetings to everybody for tapping in, man. Hope you guys had a great holiday, man. And like I said, it's going to be a great holiday. Hopefully the Knicks get a win tonight at home at Madison Square Garden against the Utah Jazz. Let's get this 9 in a row going. Man, we got to keep it going. Like I said, teams like this, 7-24, we got to keep beating up on these teams. And hey, man, because the next game Friday night would be a real test against the Oklahoma City Thunders. That's a real big matchup to see where the Knicks is at, man. 34 games into the season. See how we match up with OKC. OKC, one of the best teams out west. That's going to be a great, great matchup, man. I want to thank you guys for tapping in, man. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Also share it on all social media platforms, man, as well as subscribe to the Big Blue Crew Sports Network, our one centralized location for all of our content, man. Basketball, boxing, baseball, football, UFC, MMA, soccer, and wrestling. And make sure you go subscribe to all the great content creators on the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. Myself, the Man Cave Podcast, Big Pat Sports Talk, G Nation Inside Sports with Big Lou, Unpopular Opinion Sports with Brother NYG, Coach Ed Gladney's Amazing World of Sports, Classified 3F with Joe, Miz in the Midday, Wales to New Jersey, Mac the Giants fan, Big Blue in the Bronx, also Mets 2128, Leaf Diggy, also some newest members, man, TP Way the Giant, Delay of Game Crew, as well as Miss Trina, Deception, and also El Capitan Rafachudo. Make sure you go subscribe, man, to the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. Just waiting a couple of minutes to get started in this game, man. Knicks looking, like I said, for their 9th win in a row against the Jazz, coming in at 7-24, losers of 4 in a row. Let's go, Knicks. You already know what it is. I want to thank everybody for tapping in. Shout out to the chat. Tyrone Hall, what's good, fella? What's good, bro? You already know what it is. Big Pass Sports. Dog, what's good? AKA the Black Marv Albert. Yeah, that's Dewani's thing. The Black Marv Albert, New York Knicks. You already know what it is. Thank you guys for tapping in. Unpopular Opinion Sports. What's good, bro? Chilling, man. Ready to do this Knicks versus the Jazz, man. Wish you guys had a great holiday, man. Happy New Year's to everybody, man. Like I said, holiday season, man, is great. Also going on right now. The bowl game is going on right now. Oregon was getting their asses handed to them by the Ohio State Buckeyes early, 34-8 at halftime, but Oregon has scored, so it's 34-15, and looked like they threatening again to try to make a comeback to salvage that game. But should be a great finish to that game. Like I said, hopefully, we'll see what happens if Oregon can make that comeback. They were the number 1 overall seed against the 8th seed, which is Ohio State. But for some reason, they had Ohio State as the favorite in that game coming in this game. And, hey, it looked like they were right about it. So Ohio State came out on fire, guns blazing, everything. So we'll see if they can hold on to the win or not. But like I said, man, let me check out some other scores around the NBA. I know this is this is probably going to be the first game on the docket. Let me see. Nope. In the first quarter, Detroit up 31-21 over the Magics in Detroit. Also, end of the first quarter, Washington up 27-22 with 2.5 seconds left to go in the first quarter over the Bulls. And then also 7:30 start will be Pelicans against the Heat, as well as Brooklyn Nets versus the Toronto Raptors. And then the 8 o'clock game will be Dallas versus Houston. 9 o'clock will be Atlanta versus Denver. And then the late game, the 10 o'clock game will be the 76ers versus the Sacramento Kings. So a light day in the association on this New Year's Day, man. Like I said, Happy New Year's to everybody. Miz, what's good, Miz? Thanks for tapping, and Happy New Year's to you too, bro. Happy New Year's to all. Hope all is well with everybody and their family, man. Celebrating this holiday, man. Going to 2025 year. Coming up, 2024 is over with. So, new day, new leaf, man. Got to turn over a new leaf. Let's see how the Knicks start out this 2025 season. And the end of the season was great. 2024 with 8 wins in a row. Knicks starting to put it together, like I said, but we'll see. Like I said, the main test will start coming soon because, like I said, a lot of those wins was against teams that we're supposed to beat up on, which they took advantage of, and they took care of business. So let's see how they do, man. Like I said, I'm more worried about the defensive side of the ball, not the offensive side. So hopefully these guys could get some continuity, get some more chemistry on the defensive end and start slowing some of these teams down. Like I said, get better rebounding, help around, also take care of the basketball, and also guard on the three-point shooting, the perimeter and stuff like that. And let's see what they do. That's right. He said, Knicks, baby, run this league. Represent the concrete jungle. We are the New York Knicks. You already know what it is, man. Blue and orange skies. You know the vibes. Knicks basketball. So it'll be the Knicks regular starters, Karl Anthony Towns, OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, and Jalen Brunson. For the Jazz, he'll start off soon. I'll have to say it'll be Colin Sexton, Laurie Markkinen, I think George and stuff like that, but we'll see because, due to injury, some of these guys be out or something like that, or they resting guys and stuff like that. So we'll see. But like I said, man, great New Year's Day game, man. And also it's supposed to be the Georgia versus Notre Dame game in the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans. That game was postponed for tomorrow night at 7:45 due to the tragedy and the supposedly a terrorist thing that happened over there in New Orleans with 10 or 11 people dying from a truck ramming into people on Bourbon Street. So that game has been postponed till tomorrow night at 7:45. Notre Dame versus Georgia will be the game tomorrow night in New Orleans from the Superdome in New Orleans. All right, just about ready to get started. Ready to tip off in a few. After the break, like I said, I want to see the Knicks come out strong in this game from the start because, like I said, the Jazz, they are a very explosive team, even though they only won 7 games, but they have a high offense as well. So this could be a shootout in this game. So we'll see how the Knicks come out. Like I said, hopefully they don't fall behind or, get off to a slow start. Let's get off to a fast start. Let's get on these guys and go from there. Salute, silence to people lashing. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's stuff, man. Rest in peace to those to the victims in New Orleans and stuff like that, man. Our prayers are out there with them and stuff like that, man. So hopefully, like I said, and the suspect was killed and stuff like that. But I think there's still some more suspects, but we'll see as more reports come out and stuff like that, man. everybody just going to go have a good time during the holidays, good for some games and stuff like that. And, you got to worry about stuff like that happening in the world today. So hopefully, like I said, man, things will get better. Just pray for everybody and stuff like that. And everybody just be safe out there and enjoy the holidays with your family, man. Yeah, the last game for the Knicks against the Wizards, man. Josh Hart had a great game, man. He had a triple double in that game. Believe he finished with 23 points, 15 rebounds, and 10 assists. So Josh Hart had a big game for the Wizards. Against the Wizards. Hopefully to continue tonight, man. Like I said, let's get this win. Let's get this 9 in a row, man. And like I said, thank you guys for tuning in, man. If this is your first time to the Man Cave podcast, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, man. Share it on all social media platforms, man. It costs you nothing. It is free. Starting lineups for the Jazz will be Walker Kessler, Lauri Markkanen, Johnny Juzang, Colin Sexton, and Keontae George will be the starters for the Utah Jazz going up against the Knicks' usual starters, Karl Anthony Towns, OG Anunoby, Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, and it looks like Cameron Payne will be in the starting lineup, so Brunson will probably be out this game. So we will see. Hit the thumbs up for this guy. All work he does in his NBA commentary is real. Yes, sir. Thank you, Miz. Yes, sir. Hit that like and subscribe button. So we'll see. It looked like Brunson is probably a late scratch. So Cameron Payne will be in the starting lineups for Brunson. So we're about to tip it off, about to jump. Let's see how the Knicks do in this game without Brunson tonight. Like I said, it leaves other opportunities for more guys to step up in this game and get some playing time too tonight as well from the guard position. All right, about to tip off, waiting for the tap to go up. All right. Towns against Walker Kessler, and the Knicks have the ball. Cameron Payne with the ball across the timeline. Cameron Payne over to Mikal Bridges. Bridges back to Payne. Payne around the Towns screen. Payne looking, still looking. Finds Towns. Towns, free throw line. His shot is up. No good. Rebounded by Lauri Markkanen. Here comes the Jazz over to Colin Sexton. Sexton across the timeline. Back to Markkanen for a pull-up three-point shot. No good. Rebounded by Josh Hart. Josh Hart throws up ahead to Mikal Bridges for a pull-up three-point shot. Up and good. 3-2. Knicks strike first. Knicks up 3-0. All right, Jazz inbounds. Sexton inbounds to George. George back to Colin Sexton. Guarded by Bridges. Sexton looking. Finds Walker Kessler backdoor for alley-oop dunk. 3-2 Knicks. Knicks inbound. Cameron Payne inbounds to Josh Hart. So good backdoor play by the Jazz to get their first field goal. Payne over to Josh Hart. Hart guarded by Juzang over top, over to Karl Anthony Towns. Towns over to OG Anunoby, guarded by Lauri Markkanen. OG out to Cameron Payne for his three-point shot up. No good. Rebounded by Lauri Markkanen over to Walker Kessler. Kessler with the ball over to Colin Sexton. Sexton down the lane. Sexton still looking out the three-point line. Around the Markkanen screen. Sexton with a three-point shot up and good. And the Jazz go up 5-3. Bridges inbounds to Cameron Payne. Payne guarded by Keontae George. Across the timeline. Payne over to Mikal Bridges to Towns at the elbow. In the corner to Cameron Payne for his three-point shot from the corner. Good. Knicks go back on top 6-5 right now. All right. Jazz inbound the ball. Markkanen over to Keontae George. George over to Juzang. Back to Markkanen. Markkanen with the ball over to Walker Kessler. Kessler over to Colin Sexton around the screen. Sexton in the corner. No, Lauri Markkanen for his three-point shot from the corner. No good. Rebounded by Cameron Payne. Here comes the Knicks. Ahead to Mikal Bridges. Bridges in the lane. Shot up and good. 8-5 Knicks. Timeout on the floor, Utah. So early start, 8-5. Knicks coming out. Like I said, looking good as far as this offense and energy level. Like I said, keep it up with the Jazz because, like I said, these guys are going to, even though they're 7-24, they can score on offense, man. They're a very explosive team. All right, so far a good start for the Knicks. Like I said, I didn't know Brunson was going to be out. I know he was questionable for the last game, but he did play. So yeah, against the Jazz, you got get some time off, man, to heal up a little bit because Friday night will be the big test against the Oklahoma City Thunder. That game would be on the road at OKC. After this game, I think the Knicks play 4 or 5 in a row on the road. So the next 5 games would be tough road games for the Knicks. But the Knicks, one of the better road teams in the NBA at, I believe, 13-6 on the season. So they play well on the road as well. And the Jazz, like I said, Jazz coming in this game, losers of 4 in a row. They lost the last game to the Denver Nuggets, 134 and 131 to 121 at home against the Denver Nuggets. Nuggets also one of the highest scoring teams in the NBA. Also, I'm gonna check back in on that football game, the Rose Bowl. I believe the Rose Bowl, Oregon against Ohio State. Let me see. Look like Ohio State has scored another touchdown. They up 41-15 now over the Oregon Ducks. 36 seconds left to go in the third quarter in that game. So Ohio State up by 26 points in that game. Look like they got firm control of that game. So we'll see, man. I want to thank everybody for tapping in, man, live from YouTube, Twitter, and all social media platforms to the Man-Cave podcast, courtesy of the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. If this is your first time to my channel, man, please hit that like and subscribe button. It costs you nothing, man. It's free. Just hit the like and subscribe button. Also share it on all social media platforms to the Man-Cave podcast, man. And I want to wish everybody a happy New Year's, man. Happy holidays, and hope all is well with you and your family on this New Year's Day 2025. Knicks versus Jazz live watch stream. And if you're just tuning in, no Jalen Brunson tonight. Cameron Payne started in this place. So more than likely Brunson will be held out, but he'll probably most likely play the next game at home. On the road Friday against the Oklahoma City Thunder. All right, back to action. All right, it'll be Jazz ball. Jazz inbound. Looks like they took the 3-point shot away from Cameron Payne. He looked like he was out of bounds when he shot it. All right, the Jazz with the ball, and Keontae George down the lane and lays it up and in. So Jazz go up 7-5. All right. Towns inbounds to Mikal Bridges. Dewani, what's good, brother? Same to you and your family, man. Happy New Year's, man. Hope all is well. Orange and blue skies, you already know what it is. All right, Towns with the shot up, no good. Rebounded by the Jazz by Markkanen over to Keontae George. George back to Lauri Markkanen, guarded by Towns. Markkanen lays it up, no good. Rebounded by Walker Kessler. Out to George. George with the ball. Shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Markkanen out to Sexton. Sexton over to Keontae George for a pull-up 3 from the top of the key. Good. Jazz go up 10-5 over the Knicks. All right, Knicks inbounds. Towns over to Cameron Payne. Payne looking over to Towns. Towns underneath to Mikal Bridges. Bridges in the lane and foul on Colin Sexton. So Jazz coming out and shooting the ball real well. Like I said, Knicks had 8 points, but they took away the 3-point shot from Cameron Payne. He was out of bounds when he shot it. All right, Bridges inbounds to Towns over to OG Anunoby. OG guarded by Kessler. OG down the lane. His shot is up and is blocked by Kessler out of bounds. It'll be Knicks ball with 5 seconds on the shot clock. So good defense by Walker Kessler and the Jazz. All right, Knicks inbounds, and the pass is deflected, and it'll be Knicks ball. So Knicks get a little sloppy with the out of bounds. Got to take care of the ball, man. Got to make some sharp cuts. Got to get this ball in. 4 seconds down on the shot clock for the Knicks to inbound. All right, OG Anunoby will inbounds, looking finds Cameron Payne. Payne in the lane, lays it up and in. No good. Rebounded by Towns. Towns put back up in there good. Should have been an and one. 10-7 Jazz. All right, Jazz inbound. Sexton over to George. George with the ball at the top of the three-point line over to Lauri Markkanen for a quick three-point shot. No good. Rebounded by Karl Anthony Towns. Towns over to Cameron Payne ahead of the pack. Payne over to Josh Hart. Josh Hart throws it down to Mikal Bridges, but he is fouled. So it'll be Knicks ball side out. All right, so Knicks inbounds. Cameron Payne over Bridges. Back to Cameron Payne to Josh Hart, and he is fouled. So it'll be another foul, the fourth team foul on the Jazz. 7:40 left to go in the first quarter. And the next foul will put the Knicks at the free throw line for the rest of the quarter. So Knicks coming out a little bit aggressive, which is a good thing, man. That's a good thing. All right. OJ Anunoby inbounds to Josh Hart over to Cameron Payne. Payne with the ball. Payne looking, trying to find Towns. Payne in the lane. His shot is no good. Rebounded by Colin Sexton. Here comes the Jazz. Sexton with the ball. Sexton down the lane, lays it up and in. 12-7 Jazz. OG Anunoby inbounds to Josh Hart. So the Knicks are struggling so far with the shooting. At the early good start, the Knicks haven't made a shot. All right, Hart with the ball out to OG Anunoby. OG in the corner to Bridges, and he throws it back to OG Anunoby going down the lane in the corner to Josh Hart for his three-point shot. No good. Rebounded by Lauri Markkanen. Here comes the Jazz. Markkanen with the ball. Markkanen driving down the lane. Shot is up, blocked by OG Anunoby. Over to Karl Anthony Towns. Towns ahead to Mikal Bridges. Bridges guarded by Keontae George. Lays it up. No good, but he is fouled. So Mikal Bridges will be at the free throw line. 6:48 left to go in the first quarter. Like I said, the Jazz are already over the limit, so it'll be good for the Knicks if they could be shooting free throws the rest of the way in the first quarter if they be more aggressive. So Bridges will be at the free throw line looking for his first points of the game. All right, Mikal Bridges' first free throw is up and is good. All right, looks like a substitution for the Jazz. Jordan Clarkson will come in the game for the Jazz. All right. And Mikal Bridges' second free throw is up, and it's no good. That's another thing. Knicks haven't been hitting their free throws too good. All right, rebounded by Clarkson over to Keontae George. George with the ball. Over to Kessler. Kessler looking. Finds Keontae George for his pull-up three. Shot is up and good. 15-8. Jazz is coming out on fire. Knicks inbound. OG Anunoby inbounds to Cameron Payne. Payne over to Bridges. Bridges looking. Finds OG Anunoby for his three-point shot up. No good. Rebounded by Payne, but he slaps it out to Lauri Markkanen. Markkanen down the lane, lays it up and in, and a foul. 17-8. Jazz go up. So the Jazz are coming out on fire against the Knicks. Knicks, like I said, Knicks are struggling right now. Down by 9 points. And the foul was on OG Anunoby. So Lauri Markkanen will be at the free throw line to complete the three-point play. All right, Markkanen free throw is up, and it's good. 18-8. So 10-point Jazz lead. Knicks inbounds. Hart inbounds to Cameron Payne. Payne with the ball, bringing it up. Jazz are 7 for 13 to start the first quarter. Knicks only 3 of 11 for the slow start. Payne over to Karl Anthony Towns. Towns down the lane on Walker Kessler, lays it up and in. 18-10. Kessler inbounds to George. Over to Colin Sexton. Back to George. George over to Kessler. Kessler with the ball. Over to Keontae George. George around the screen. Guarded by Cameron Payne. And he is fouled by Cameron Payne. Cameron Payne, that's his first foul, but he need to chill on the fouls because they're going to need him with no Brunson tonight. It'll be Payne at the point guard mob coming in with Deuce McBride. All right, Sexton inbounds to George. George around the marketing pick. Over to Kessler. Kessler over to Laurie Marketing. Marketing pull-up shot is up and blocked by OG Anunoby. Over to Josh Hart to Mikal Bridges, and here comes the Knicks. Bridges pull-up three-point shot up and no good. Rebounded by Marketing. Over to Jordan Clarkson. Clarkson with the ball. And the ball is stolen by OG Anunoby, and he'll go in for an easy, uncontested dunk. Good play by OG. Marketing inbounds to Jordan Clarkson. And so good defensive play by OG Anunoby. Over to Clarkson. Clarkson with the ball. Over to Kessler. Kessler backdoor to Colin Sexton for the layup. Blown assignment by the Knicks. 2012. All right, Cameron Payne inbounds to Mikal Bridges. Back to Payne. Payne with the ball around the Carl Lindy Town screen. Payne with a floater shot up in the lane, up and good. 2014. All right, Kessler inbounds to Sexton. Over to George. George at the top of the three-point line. George guarded by Cameron Payne. Over to Jordan Clarkson. Clarkson with the ball in the lane. His shot is up and no good. Rebound by Walker Kessler. Out to Laurie Marketing. Marketing to George for his three-point shot up and no good. Rebounded by Towns. Over to Josh Hart. Here comes the Knicks. Hart with the ball. Throws it down low to Mikal Bridges. Shot in the lane. No good. Got pushed in the lane. Should have been a foul, but no call. El Capitan, Rafa Chuda, what's good, bro? Happy New Year's, man. Salute. Hope all is well, bro. Thanks for tapping in. All right. Clarkson with the ball around a Kessler's pick. Clarkson. And the basket poked away, stolen by Josh Hart. And here comes the Knicks. Hart over to OG Anunoby in the lane. Lays it up and in. 20-16. 4-point Jazz lead. Marketing inbounds to Keontae George. George with the ball. Over to Colin Sexton. Sexton over to Laurie Marketing in the lane. And the pass is deflected and stolen by Cameron Payne. Over to Mikal Bridges with a Euro step up and in. 2018. Knicks down 2 now. So good defense by the Knicks the last minute. All right. Jazz inbounds. Clarkson over to Keontae George. George with the ball. Across the timeline. Over to Laurie Marketing. Marketing to Jordan Clarkson for his three-point shot from the corner. No good. Rebounded by Marketing. Over to Kessler. Kessler backdoors to Colin Sexton. Lays it up. No good. Rebounded by Josh Hart. Here comes the Knicks. Hart ahead to OG Anunoby, but the ball is deflected out. It will be Knicks ball after the timeout. So timeout on the floor. 2-point Jazz lead. Jazz up 20-18 over the Knicks. 2:52 left to go in the first quarter. 2-point Jazz lead. I want to thank everybody for tapping in, man. If this is your first time to the Man Cave podcast, please hit that like and subscribe button. Also share it on all social media platforms. It costs you nothing, man. It is free to hit that subscribe button. And also hit the subscribe button to the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. The link is right there in the chat. Our one centralized location for all of our contents, man. You can go there and check out basketball, boxing, baseball, football, UFC, MMA, soccer, and wrestling. And also go subscribe to all the members of the Big Blue Crew Sports Network, myself, the Man Cave Podcast, Big Pass Sports Talk, G Nation Inside Sports of Big Lou, Unpopular Opinion Sports or NYG, Coach Egg Ladney's Amazing World of Sports, Classified 3F with Joe, Miz in the Midday, Wales to New Jersey, Mac the Giants fan, Zion Zenith, Leaf Diggy, Mets 21-28. My brother right there in the chat, El Capitan, Rafa Chuda. Make sure you go subscribe to him, man. He does all the Raiders game and soccer and games and wrestling in Spanish as well, man. So make sure you go tap into his channel, man. And also tap into the newest members of the Big Blue Crew Sports Network, man. TP Way, also Deception, Delay of Game Crew, and Miss Trina. So make sure you go tap into all the members of the Big Blue Crew Sports Network, man. And also on the stream right now, on the network is Leaf Diggy is streaming right now, Nets versus the Raptors. So you can go tap in there too, man. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and also share it on all social media platforms as well. Man, I want to thank everybody, man, and wish everybody a happy New Year's, man. Hope you guys are enjoying your holiday and had a great holiday. Happy New Year's. It's 2025. Beginning of a new year, man. Like I said, Knicks ended the season on an 8-game win streak in 2024. Coming to New Year, let's started off right with this win tonight, making 9 in a row against the Utah Jazz. Losers of 4 in a row and a record of 7-24 on the season. Let's go Knicks. Knicks are 23-10 on the season. Knicks are 1 game behind the Boston Celtics for first place in the Atlantic Division, and the Knicks are 6 games behind the Cleveland Cavaliers for overall for the first in the Eastern Conference. So it looked like the Knicks started out cold, but they're starting to make a little push right now, make a little comeback. The Jazz have gone cold, which is a good thing. So hopefully, like I said, Knicks are finishing out the first quarter strong. So let's keep it going. Let's finish it out strong. Neymar, what's good, brother? Thanks for tapping in. Happy New Year's, bro. What's going? All right. Thanks for tapping. I hope you have a great New Year's and happy holidays to you and your family, man. What's going on, Miles McBride? I don't know what's going on, Miles McBride, but I know Brunson is not playing tonight. Cameron Payne started in his place, so probably Deuce will come in for McBride. All right, so into the game, it looked like Shamit and also Precious Achua has come into the game. All right, and looks like a turnover by the Knicks. And Knicks get it right back. Precious Achua with the steal. Over to Cameron Payne. Payne looking, finds Precious Achua in the lane. His shot is up, no good. Rebounded by the Jazz, and here comes the Jazz. Over to Sensible with the steal. Over to Jordan Clarkson. His floater in the lane is up and good. 22-18. Cameron Payne inbounds to Mikal Bridges. Bridges bringing the ball up across the timeline. Bridges looking, finds Precious Achua. Achua over to Shamit. Shamit with the ball. Shamit down the lane, lays it up and in. 22-20. Jazz inbound. Jordan Clarkson over to Isaiah Collier. Back to Clarkson. Clarkson in the lane. Looked like he walked, but no call. Back to Isaiah Collier, guarded by Shamit. Collier looking, finds Jordan Clarkson. Clarkson, guarded by Shamit. Fall away jump shot from the corner, no good. Rebounded by Cameron Payne. Here comes the Knicks. Cameron Payne with the ball. Over to Mikal Bridges, lays it up and in, cut into the basket. We are tied at 22. All right, Collier inbounds to Sensible. Sensible back to Collier. Collier with the ball over to Jordan Clarkson. Clarkson back to Sensible. Sensible passes to no good. Rebounded by Precious Achua. Achua with the ball. 50 seconds left to go. Achua looking. Has OG Anunoby in the post on Jordan Clarkson. Gives it to OG Anunoby. OG still posting in the lane. Over to Precious Achua, up and under for the layup, up and good. And Knicks take the lead, 24-22, 38 seconds left to go. Looks like it could be a 2-for-1 for the Jazz if they hurry up. And Clarkson in the lane, and he is tripped by Mikal Bridges. All right, so it'll be Jazz ball. They will inbound. And they're looking to see was it a trip foul or not, but Jazz will inbound. All right, Collier looking inbound to Jordan Clarkson for his three-point shot, up and good. Jazz go back up 25-22. 25-24, 30 seconds left to go. Knicks inbounds. OG Anunoby over to Cameron Payne. Payne with the ball. Payne on the shot clock down. Guarded by Collier. Payne going down the lane. His shot is up. No good. Rebounded. And out of bounds, it'll be Knicks ball. With 11.7 seconds left to go. So Knicks will inbound down 25-24 to the Jazz. And let's see a substitution come into the game. It looked like Karl Anthony Towns will come back in for the last 11.7 seconds left to end the first quarter. All right, Knicks inbounds. All right, Cameron Payne inbounds to Towns, but the ball couldn't handle it. It'll be Jazz ball, turnover on the Knicks. So Precious Achiuwa checking for the last 10 seconds as well. So Knicks getting off to a slow start. All right, inbounds to Isaiah Collier, guarded by Jordan Clarkson in the lane, in the corner to send the ball for his three-point shot. No good. Rebounded by Bridges, and that's the end of the quarter. So after one from Madison Square Garden in New York, Jazz up 25-24 over the New York Knicks after one quarter. Like I said, if you just tuning in late, no Jalen Brunson tonight for the Knicks. So it was Cameron Payne was starting tonight for Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson out of the game because of a right calf injury, so he is out. So it'll be Cameron Payne tonight, and I guess more Deuce McBride on. Let's see if something's going on with Deuce as well. But he's on with Brunson. No, Brunson's out. Let me see. McBride should be in tonight. So Knicks will have to do tonight, like I said, with no Brunson. Like I said, let's see, give these other guys more opportunities tonight, man. See these other guys. Hopefully, other guys could step up and have a big game tonight. So I think Tyler Kolek is available on the bench to play tonight too. So that'll be good in case with Cameron Payne, because I haven't seen Deuce McBride. I think Deuce probably out too tonight. Got to find out why he's out or if he's not playing. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see nothing, but one play in settings. We'll see, but hopefully, like I said, hopefully McBride is able to play. I mean, should be playing, so he'll be backing up Cameron Payne tonight. Let me look at some other scores. Some other scores around the NBA. All right. Halftime, Detroit up 65-49 over Orlando. Second quarter, Washington up 50-41 over Chicago. 2:32 left to go there. Also, Miami, first quarter up 27-19 over New Orleans. And the first quarter, Nets up 33-26 over the Raptors in that game. 8 o'clock game, Dallas versus Houston. 9 o'clock game, Atlanta versus Denver. And Philadelphia versus Sacramento is the late game, the 10 o'clock game. All right, Jazz with the ball. The ball is slapped away by Precious Achiuwa, who gets the dunk on a fast break. Tyler Kolek has entered the game. So Knicks go up 26-25. All right, Jazz inbounds over to Clarkson. Clarkson with the ball, guarded by Bridges at the top of the key, down the lane. Clarkson up and under and blocked by Bridges, and here comes the Knicks. Tyler Kolek with the ball over to Josh Hart. Hart over to Precious Achiuwa. Achiuwa down the lane, lays it up and in. Knicks go up 28-25. So Precious Achiuwa with both the baskets to start off the second quarter. Hopefully Knicks have a strong second quarter. All right, Jazz with the ball. Isaiah Collier has the ball. Over to Jordan Clarkson. Clarkson over to Sensabaugh in the lane. Fall away jump shot up, no good. Rebounded by Precious Achiuwa. Over to Josh Hart. Hart over to Tyler Kolek. Kolek with the ball directing traffic at the elbow. Kolek around the Precious Achiuwa screen. Kolek at the top of the three-point line. Takes a three-point shot, no good. Rebounded by Jordan Clarkson. Here comes the Jazz. Clarkson with the ball. Guarded by Larry Shamet. Clarkson down the lane in the paint. His shot is up and good. 28-27. Knicks inbounds. Precious Achua to Tyler Kolek. Ahead to Mikal Bridges. Bridges back to Kolek. Back to Bridges. Bridges looking, finding Larry Shamet. Over to Tyler Kolek in the lane to Precious Achua, and he is fouled by Kyle Filipowski. So Knicks will inbounds. So for Knicks' second unit coming out strong in the second quarter, which is always a good thing because the Knicks bench haven't been the best this season. But like I said, anything they can get for the bench is great, man. All right, Knicks inbounds. Shamet will inbound the ball. Inbounds to Tyler Kolek. Kolek around a Precious Achua screen. Kolek down the lane, lays it up and in. Knicks go up 3. Timeout on the floor, Utah. So 3-point Knicks lead. Early second quarter in this game, Knicks up by 3. Good way for the bench to come in and get some points for the Knicks for the starters. All right, let me get some other scores in the Rose Bowl. Looks like Ohio State is in control of that game. They lead in 41-21. 7:18 left to go in the fourth quarter in that game. So Ohio State looked like coming out making a statement. Oregon came in as the number 1 overall seed. Ohio State was the number 8 overall seed. And Ohio State is handling Oregon and looking to eliminate the Ducks. All right, so good start of the second quarter for the Knicks, man. The bench is coming in, giving the Knicks the lead. Hopefully, like I said, we have a strong second quarter and have a strong third quarter. Like I said, no Jalen Brunson tonight, no Deuce McBride tonight. So it'll be Cameron Payne and Tyler Kolek, like I said, to give Kolek some more playing time and more experience, man. This will be great for him and stuff like that. No, Brunson is out with a right calf injury, so he's not playing tonight. And Deuce, I don't know why Deuce is out. Maybe it could be personal reasons or something like that, but Deuce ain't playing tonight. All right, it's about to return back to action. It'll be Jazz ball. Let's see who will be. All right. Jazz at the ball. George over to Clarkson. Clarkson to Filipowski. Filipowski over to Sensabaugh with a 3-point shot. No good. Rebounded by Precious Achua. Here comes the Knicks. Achua over to Tyler Kolek. Kolek with the ball over to Bridges around a Achua screen. Kolek in the lane. Out to Josh Hart. Hart down the lane. Lays it up. No good. Looked like it was blocked by Filipowski. Could have been a goaltender. Rebound. Here comes the Jazz over to Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh in the corner of Filipowski for a 3-point shot. No good. Rebounded by Sensabaugh. Put back up and good. All right. 30-29. Shaman inbounds to Kolek. Kolek at the top of the 3-point line. Over to Mikal Bridges. Bridges from the elbow around Achua screen. Back to Kolek. Over to Josh Hart. Hart in the lane. Back to Mikal Bridges, lays it up and in underneath. 32-29. All right, Jazz inbound. Jordan Clarkson over to George. Back to Clarkson. Clarkson looking over to Euclid. His shot is up and it's no good. Slap back out, rebound by Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh guarded by Kolick in the lane. His shot is up and good. 32-31. Knicks inbounds. Kolick inbounds to Mikal Bridges. His shot is up and good. 34-31. So Knicks getting a little fast break points. Sensabaugh over to Keontae George. George with the ball. Over to Filipowski at the top of the three-point line. Filipowski out to George. George down the lane to Filipowski. Underneath, his shot is up. No good. Rebounded by Josh Hart. Here comes the Knicks. Hart over to Precious Achiuwa. Down to Mikal Bridges for a pull-up three-point shot. No good. Rebounded by Mukulik. Over to George. George with the ball. Over to Clarkson. Clarkson with the shot. And it's blocked by Precious Achiuwa. Larry Shamet has the ball, and here comes the Knicks. Shamet with the ball. Bring it up over to Josh Hart. Hart. Alley-oops down to Precious Achiuwa for the dunk. 34-31. Good look by Josh Hart. Jazz inbounds. George inbounds to Sensabaugh. Back to George. George. Around Jordan Clarkson screen. Clarkson in the lane. This floater is no good. Air ball rebounded by Tyler Kolick. And Jordan Clarkson gets it back. And it's a foul on the floor. So the foul is on Tyler Kolick. All right. So it's a 3-point Knicks lead. And it looked like Karl Anthony Towns and OG Anunoby would check back into the game for the Knicks. All right, 7:18 left to go in the second quarter. 3-point Knicks lead. All right, Filipowski over to George. George over to Juzang. Over to Sensabaugh for his 3-point shot. No good. Rebounded by Josh Hart. And here comes the Knicks. Hart with the ball. Over to Towns. Towns pull up 3-point shot. No good. Rebounded by Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh with the ball. On the lane, over to Kyle Filipowski for the dunk. 36-33. All right, Knicks inbounds. Kolick over to Josh Hart. Hart with the ball. At the top of the 3-point line, over to Karl Anthony Towns, guarded by Filipowski, and he is fouled. So, look like a substitution for the Jazz. Lauri Markkanen, Walker Kessler will check back into the game for the Jazz. And also Cameron Payne will check back in for the Knicks for Tyler Kolick. All right, Knicks inbounds. Cameron Payne will inbound over to Larry Shamet. Back to Payne. Payne with the ball over to Josh Hart. Hart to Karl Anthony Towns at the free throw line, guarded by Kessler. Towns looked like he wanted to shoot the ball. Towns in the lane, and he'll be called for a traveling. So it'll be Jazz ball. So far, like I said, low scoring game. Guys are not really shooting. It's like Knicks got to get on. Knicks got to get hot, man. This is a trap game for the Knicks. Like I said, the Jazz are a very explosive team, so they'll take advantage of opportunity. All right, Jazz with the ball. George with the 3-point shot, no good, but it's a foul on the rebound on Josh Hart. So it'll be Jazz ball. All right, Jazz ball. Marketing inbounds to Kessler over to Sexton. Sexton looking over to George, back to Sexton. All right, and the pass is deflected out, and it'll be Jazz ball with only 2.7 seconds left to go on the shot clock. All right, Jazz. Inbound the ball, George. Inbounds, looking. Inbounds, so Laurie marketing. In the lane, his shot is no good, and it's a 24-second shot clock violation to be Knicks ball. So good defense by OG and Anobi. All right, Knicks inbounds, Hart. Inbounds to Cameron Payne. Cameron Payne with the ball. Cameron Payne down the lane to Karl Anthony Towns. Lays it up and in. Should have been an and 1-2. 38-33. Don't understand how that wasn't a foul. All right, George inbounds to Sexton. Jazz with the ball back to George. And pass is stolen by Cameron Payne. Cameron Payne, pull up 3-point shot up and good. 8-point Knicks lead. Timeout on the floor, New York. 41-33. 5:31 left to go in the second quarter. Knicks up by 8 points over the Jazz. And I want to thank everybody, man, for tapping in from YouTube, Twitter, and all social media platforms to this live watch stream, Knicks versus the Utah Jazz, courtesy of the Man Cave podcast, courtesy of the Big Blue Crew Sports Network, man. If this is your first time to my channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. Also share it on all social media platforms, man. It costs you nothing, man, just to hit that like and the subscribe button, man, so that way you can see whenever time I come back on here. Also hit that notification bell, man, so you know whenever I'm going live as well. And also make sure you go subscribe to the Big Blue Crew Sports Network, man, our one centralized location for all of our contents, man. And go subscribe to all the members of the Big Blue Crew Sports Network as well. Also on the channel right now, the Big Blue Crew Sports Network, you can go over and support my other brother over there, Leaf Diggy, doing the Nets versus the Raptors game. So you can go in and tap in on there, man, and go and show some support. And also, like I said, hit that like and subscribe button. Man, it costs you nothing. It is free for us to keep bringing you great content like this all the time, man. Like I said, I bring you all Knicks contents, football, NFL, Giants, also Duke basketball. So make sure you subscribe to the network so when I go live, you'll be able to catch me doing live streams on here, man. And once again, Happy New Year's and happy holidays to everybody tapping in, man. Hope you guys are enjoying your holidays and hope all is well with you and your family. All right, looking at some other scores. Looking at some other scores in the NBA. Started the third quarter. Detroit up 68-55 over the Orlando Magics. Halftime, Wizards up 55-51 over the Bulls. Also, 6:48 left to go in the second quarter. Heat up 45-36 over the Pelicans. Also, 5:14 left to go in the second quarter. Toronto now up 50-46 over the Brooklyn Nets in Toronto. First quarter, just getting started halfway in the first quarter. Dallas up 16-10 over Houston. 6:27 left to go in the first quarter in that game. And like I said, the 9 o'clock game will be Atlanta on the road at Denver playing the Nuggets. And then the late game, the last game, 76ers on the road at Sacramento at 10 o'clock. All right, back to our game. Knicks up 41-33 with 5:31 left to go in the second quarter. Like I said, Knicks trying to stretch out the lead, give them some little breathing room in this game. All right, so we'll be back to action. It'll be Jazz ball. All right, Sexton inbounds to George, back to Colin Sexton. Sexton back to George. George in the lane, shot is up and good. 41-35. Knicks inbounds, Cameron Payne over to OG Anunoby, back to Payne. Knicks with the ball, back to OG, over to Josh Hart. Hart over to OG Anunoby, to Shamet, and the ball is deflected out and it goes out of bounds. Turnover on the Knicks. So it'll be Jazz ball. All right, Jazz inbounds. Sexton inbounds to George. George back to Sexton. Sexton backdoor to Laurie Markkinen. Throws it out to Colin Sexton. It's in the lane. His shot. And nope, he turns the ball over. Josh Hart with a steal ahead to OG Anunoby. Throws it back in. Stolen back by the Jazz. Kessler over to Zhuzang. Juzang over to Laurie Markkinen for his pull-up three-point shot. No good. Rebounded by Towns. Towns throws it ahead. Back to OG Anunoby all alone for the dunk. 43-35. Good look by Karl Anthony Towns. Jazz inbound. Sexton over to George. George. Yeah, Tyler Kolek is playing excellent basketball down in the G League and also for the Knicks. All right, over to Colin Sexton. Three-point shot from the elbow, and it's good. 43-35. So Jazz looking like that's what they needed. All right, so it'll be Knicks ball. Hart inbounds to Cameron Payne. 5-point Knicks lead, 4:08 left to go in the second quarter on this New Year's Day game, holiday game. Over to Karl Anthony Towns, step back, three-point shot up and good. 46-38. All right, Jazz inbounds. Kessler over to Sexton. Sexton with the ball. Over to Laurie Markkinen. Markkinen in the lane. Shot up. No good, but he's a foul. He looked like he passed the ball off. And the foul is on Josh Hart. And that might be 3 on Hart. Let me see how many fouls Josh Hart has. Josh Hart has 2 fouls. All right, so Shamet. Shamet will take a seat. All right, Jazz inbound Marketing over to Walker Kessler, over to Sexton. Back to Marketing. His three-point shot from the top of the key. No good. Rebounded by Josh Hart. Here comes the Knicks. Hart with the ball. Looking. Finds Cameron Payne. Payne. Over to Karl Anthony Towns for his three-point shot again. Good. Back-to-back three-point shots by Karl Anthony Towns. Knicks go up 11, 49-38. All right, Jazz inbounds. Marketing inbounds to George. 3:19 left to go in the second quarter. George with the ball. Looking. George over to Marketing. Marketing has the ball. Over to George around the Marketing screen. Guarded by OJ Anunoby. In the lane, the Euro step. The shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Towns. And here comes the Knicks. Towns over to Cameron Payne. Payne. Try to thought about the pull-up three over to Towns. Towns guarded by Kessler. In the lane. His shot is up. No good, but he is fouled. And Towns hit his head against the stanchion, and he is down. He came down hard on us against the stanchion, out of bounds. And he's back up now. Looked like thought he had his neck. So the back of his head, but he's back up now, so he'll be at the free throw line. So Towns will be at the free throw line for 2. Knicks up 49-38 over the Jazz. Let's see how his first free throw is. Towns' first free throw is up and it's good. 50-38. And his second free throw, Towns' second free throw was up. And it's good. 51-38. Knicks with a 13-point lead. So, let me see anybody check back into the game. No, saying starters for Knicks and Jazz. And the Jazz inbound the ball. Jordan Clarkson. Clarkson inbounds the ball. Over to George. So Karl Anthony Towns, 14 points, 5 rebounds. George with the ball. Looking. Finds Sexton. Sexton. Guarded by Mikal Bridges. 2:34 left to go in the second quarter. Sexton back to Laurie Markkinen. Markkinen in the lane, and he is fouled. Reach and foul on the Knicks. All right, so the Jazz will inbound. Yeah, it was a foul. All right, Jazz inbounds. George over to Clarkson. Clarkson with the ball around a Kessler screen. Clarkson over to Colin Sexton for his three-point shot from the elbow, up and good. 51-41. Knicks up with a 10-point lead. OG inbounds to Cameron Payne. Payne with the ball. Payne down the lane, throws it back out to OG and Anunoby. OG in the lane, and he loses the ball. Josh Hart has it. Cameron Payne for a three-point shot from the elbow. No good. Rebounded by Walker Kessler. Here comes the Jazz. Over to George. George ahead to Lauri Markkanen for his elbow three-point shot. Good. 7-point Knicks lead, 51-44. Knicks inbounds. Towns over to Josh Hart. Hart with the ball. Over to Towns. Towns guarded by Clarkson. Towns looking. Finds Bridges. Bridges in the lane. Bridges step back jump shot is up and good. 53-44. All right, Jazz inbounds. Markkanen over to George. George with the ball. George in the lane. Alley-oop down to Walker Kessler for the dunk. 53-46. Knicks inbounds. Towns over to Cameron Payne. Payne with the ball over to Josh Hart. 1:13 left to go in the second quarter. Hart over to Bridges. Bridges around the Town screen. Bridges looking over to OG Anunoby. OG down to Karl Anthony Towns. His shot is up. No good. Should have been a foul. Walker Kessler with the rebound. Kessler over to Sexton. Sexton back to Jordan Clarkson. Clarkson in the lane. His shot is up. No good. Rebounded by Clarkson. And he's looking. 40-something seconds left to go. Clarkson goes back out. Clarkson in the lane. Shot no good. Rebounded by Josh Hart. Here comes the Knicks. 37 seconds left to go. Hart. Pull up three-point shot. No good. Rebounded by Lauri Markkanen. Markkanen with the ball. 26 seconds left to go. George with the ball. 7-point Knicks lead. George. Three-point shot from the elbow. No good. Rebounded by Josh Hart. 9 seconds left to go. Hart with the ball. Hart to Josh Hart. Shot is up and in and a foul. 55-46. So Josh Hart will be at the free throw line looking for the three-point play. And the foul is on Walker Kessler. So, like I said, Knicks haven't been too good with free throw shooting. Hopefully they make the three. Let's complete this three-point play, Hart. And it looked like Precious Achiuwa checked back into the game for Karl Anthony Towns at 3.6 seconds left to go right before the half. All right, Hart's free throw is up and it's good. 56-46, 10-point Knicks lead. Markkanen inbounds to George, and it'll be Knicks ball with 2.1 seconds left to go. Good defense by Josh Hart, and Keontae George looked like he's limping a little bit. With 2.1 seconds left before the half, Towns will check back in also. All right, Knicks inbounds. Cameron Payne looking. Inbounds to Towns. His shot is up and no good, and we are at halftime. So the halftime is a 10-point Knicks lead at half, 56-46 at the half. A good, strong quarter for the Knicks. Finish out their closing out the second quarter to go about 10 points. So we will be back with the halftime show. First, we're gonna do the halftime show. First, a word from our sponsors, courtesy of the Big Blue Crew Sports Network.
Welcome to the Big Blue Crew Sports Network.
Welcome to the Big Blue Crew Sports Network Halftime Report.
All right, it is halftime. Once again, the halftime score. Knicks up 56-46, 10-point lead over the Utah Jazz from Madison Square Garden in New York. Knicks coming in on an 8-game win streak with a record of 23-10 on the season against the Utah Jazz, 7-24 on the season. Losers of 4 in a row coming into this game. Halftime stats for the visiting Utah Jazz: Lauri Markkanen with 6 points and 7 rebounds in a game. Walker Kessler with 4 points, also 7 rebounds in a game. Colin Sexton, the high man for the Jazz, with 13 points. Keontae George with 10 points in this game. Off the bench, Kyle Filipowski with 2 points. Bryce Sensabaugh with 4 points. Jordan Clarkson has 7 points off the bench. And the overall shooting for the Utah Jazz, 19 of 50 for 38%. 3-point shooting, 7 of 21 for 33%. Free throw shooting, they only went to the free throw line once in this game. They're 1 for 1 for 100%. Utah does have 24 rebounds and 11 assists in this game, and also has 8 turnovers in the game as well. For the New York Knicks, Mikal Bridges, the high man in this game, with 16 points in the first half. OG Anunoby has 6 points. Karl Anthony Towns with 14 points and 5 rebounds. Cameron Payne and start for Jalen Brunson tonight with 5 points and 6 assists already and 3 steals in the game. Josh Hart has 3 points and 5 rebounds. No, 3 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. Looking like he's trying to head for another triple-double again in this game. Off the bench, Precious Achiuwa with 8 points off the bench and 3 rebounds. Larry Shamet and Tyler Kolek each with 2 points apiece. Overall shooting for the Knicks, 24 of 44 for 55%. 3-point shooting, Knicks are 4 of 13 for 31%. Free throw shooting, Knicks are 4 of 5 for 80%. Knicks have 22 rebounds, 14 assists, 7 steals, and 7 turnovers in the game. Once again, that is your halftime. Knicks up 56-46 in the game over the Utah Jazz at halftime. And looking at other scores around the league, Detroit up 79-65 over the Orlando Magic's. 4:55 left to go in the third quarter in that game. Also, third quarter, 6:50 left to go in the third quarter. Washington up 77-67 over Chicago. Also, second quarter, Miami, the Heat up 50-49 over the Pelicans. 109 left to go right before the half. Halftime score, Toronto up 65-64 over the Brooklyn Nets. And also in late first quarter, Dallas up 29-24 over Houston. 33 seconds left to go in the first quarter. And soon to be starting will be the Atlanta Hawks against the Denver Nuggets at 9 o'clock. And then the last game will be the 76ers against the Sacramento Kings at 10 o'clock tonight. And the Rose Bowl has went final, and Ohio State's defeat Oregon 41-21, eliminating the number 1 overall seed in the college football playoff, the Oregon Ducks. So Ohio State makes with a statement win out and be like blowing out the Oregon Ducks 41-21. So great game by Ohio State in that game. And then, like I said, tomorrow game would be Notre Dame versus Georgia tomorrow night. It was supposed to be tonight, but because of what happened in New Orleans, the game will be pushed back, postponed to tomorrow night in New Orleans, man. Like I said, prayers and everything up for the victims of New Orleans and that tragedy with the truck driving through the crowd. All right, man. I want to thank you guys for tapping in, man. This live watch stream, Knicks versus the Utah Jazz from Madison Square Garden. Thank you guys for tapping in from YouTube, Twitter, and all social media platforms. If this is your first time to my channel, man, please hit that like and subscribe button, man, and also share it on all social media platforms, man. It costs you nothing, man. It's free. Just scroll down below and just hit that subscribe button, man. And let's grow this channel. And also, let's go subscribe to the Big Blue Crew Sports Network, our one centralized location for all of our content, man. Basketball, baseball, boxing, football, UFC, MMA, soccer, and wrestling. You name it, we got it, man. So make sure you just go subscribe to the Big Blue Crew Sports Network and all the great content creators of the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. And like I said, I'm streaming this game, Knicks versus the Utah Jazz, and also on the network, Leaf Diggy is streaming Nets versus Toronto Raptors. So you can go over there and tap over there too, and make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that like button and go support it. And like I said, once again, I want to thank everybody, man, for tapping in, man, and want to wish everybody a happy New Year's, man. Happy holidays. Hope you enjoying it with your family. Hope you had a great holiday, man. So once again, thank you, man, and happy New Year's to everybody. Happy New Year's and happy holidays. So we are at halftime. Like I said, Knicks up by 10 points at half. No Jalen Brunson, no Deuce McBride tonight. So Knicks had to go with Cameron Payne and Tyler Kolek off the bench tonight. So hopefully, like I said, Knicks had a strong second quarter to close out the second quarter to go up by 10 points. Hopefully, third quarter, Knicks come out on fire, you know what I'm saying, and keep it going. Like I said, to stretch this lead out against the Jazz, because like I said, the Jazz will not go away. They're not going to go away, even though they're 7-24 in the season and they can score. So Knicks got to be careful of that too tonight against with the Jazz. You know, Knicks can't afford to go cold and the Jazz get hot. Knicks on an 8-game win streak. Let's make it 9 in a row for them starting off the new year. Let's start it off with a bang, man. Let's go, Knicks. Yeah, like I said, Knicks are second in the Atlantic Division behind the Celtics. They're 1 game behind the Celtics. So Knicks keep winning. Like I said, they inch closer and closer to the Celtics. And like I said, I'm looking at the other highlights. Pistons leading the Magic, but the Magics have been a surprise, man. They are like a walking wounded team, but they are still in there battling, and they're still one of the top teams in the East, man. Them guys have great, like I said, great chemistry, and guys play hard, and they got a great grit and determination, man. So they're a scrappy team. You know, being down there 2 star players, man, Paulo Banchero as well as Franz Wagner, and as well as Morris Wagner, you know, off the bench for them, you know, so 3 key contributors are out for the Magics, but they're still humming along, man. They're a dangerous team. Looking at some little highlights around the league. Like I said, hopefully the Knicks can pull this one out tonight, man. Like I said, just come out and have a strong third quarter. Let's make a statement here. Let's get this dub. Got to keep stacking these wins, man. So already got eight in a row. Let's make it 9 in a row. You know, before the big game Friday night against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Let me see the Knicks schedule for the next 5 games. I believe they're going to be on the road for the next 5 games. After this one. So let me see. Yeah. Nope, Knicks will only be on the road for the next 2 games. Then after that, the Knicks will have 2, 3, 4 games in a row. I don't know, 5 games at home in a row. But they got Friday night would be at OKC, and then the very next night, Saturday, at Chicago. So those are both 8:00 games. Friday night, Knicks at the Oklahoma City Thunder, then return back Saturday night at the Chicago Bulls. You know what I'm saying? So Knicks got a back-to-back on Friday and Saturday. Then they come back home for the next 5 games, starting with Orlando Monday, Toronto on Wednesday, Oklahoma City again on Friday, Milwaukee on Sunday, and then Detroit on Monday. So they will play a back-to-back next week as well, Sunday and Monday, Milwaukee versus Milwaukee and Detroit. So, man, schedule's looking good for the Knicks, man. You know, Thunder will be a tough game. Orlando's always a tough game. So we got the Thunder twice. We got Milwaukee, you know, so, hey, you got Orlando. Orlando, like I said, always going to be a tough game. So, hey, man, the Knicks play right. Knicks could be, hey, they could really, you know, make a run and overtake the Celtics on top the Atlantic Division. Right now, we're 1 game behind. If we win tonight, we'll be a half game behind the Celtics for first place in the Atlantic Division. So next game would be Friday night against the Oklahoma City Thunder, and then Saturday against the Chicago Bulls. So after that, say 2 on the road, 5 at home. Hey man, Knicks could, like I said, Knicks could set themselves up nicely, man, with these wins. Start stacking these wins. That's what we got to do. Stack these wins, man. Hey, these guys on the schedule, just say, let's take the win, man. Like I said, the more these guys are playing, the more chemistry they building, man. Like I said, the offensive end is not really a problem. It's just be on the defensive end, man. Just got to get better communications, man. And like I said, hopefully we can start slowing some of these teams down and stuff like that. And also the shooting, the 3-point shooting, got to get better 3-point defense. But man, it looks like everybody in the league shoots 3-point shots, man. It don't matter who they are, man. Everybody's shooting like 43-pointer shots a game at least. So it's a lot of 3-point shooting in the NBA. 3-point shooting is up. All right. Third quarter will be starting in a few minutes, man. Just waiting for the Knicks to get it back. Like I said, it should be probably going to be Knicks ball start of the third quarter. Like I said, like I always say, man, the first 5-6 minutes of the quarter, man, I'm going to see how the Knicks going to come out. If they're going to come out strong, like I said, start off to the strong third quarter to stretch this lead out and, take control of this game, man, or the Jazz are going to be right there, man. Like I said, Knicks right now with the 10-point lead. Let's stretch this lead out, you know what I'm saying? The third quarter, man, separate, you know what I'm saying? Get some breathing room against the Jazz. So we'll see what adjustments the Knicks gonna make. Like I said, hey, playing without Brunson and McBride. Knicks up good. Over the Jazz. The Jazz are without John Collins ain't playing tonight. He's injured too. So the Jazz are missing Collins. So that's another key contributor for the Jazz as well. But like I said, Markin in there, Sexton there, Clarkson. So Jazz should be all right for this game. Like I said, so it's not in the bags yet, man. So Knicks got to keep playing. All right, so we're about to start the third quarter. Let's see if the Knicks can come out strong in this third quarter, man. Let's really get this thing going, man. Put some separation in this game, man. Like I said, no Brunson, tonight with the right calf injury, and also no Deuce McBride tonight. I don't know if that's personal reasons or illness or what, but Brunson is out. But like I said, the big game is Friday night, man. Friday night at OKC. Knicks play the Thunder. Then they back to back. Then they play the Bulls on Saturday night. Both games at 8 o'clock at night. All right, third quarter starting. George over to Sexton in the corner to Zhu Zhang with the 3-point shot up and good. So 7-point Knicks lead. Knicks inbounds. Josh Hart over to Cameron Payne. Payne guarded by George. Payne across a Karl Anthony Towns screen. Payne down the lane, lays it up, no good, but he is fouled. He'll be going to the free throw line. 56-49, Knicks up 7, start of the third quarter. So, like I said, Cameron Payne will be at the free throw line. Got to start again. Knicks got to hit these free throws, man. Got to start hitting these free throws. Can't be giving away points at the free throw line. All right. Payne's first free throw is up, and it's good. All right, 57-49. Payne at the line for his second free throw. His second free throw is up, and it's also good. 58-49, 9-point Knicks lead. Jazz with the ball. Zhu Zhang inbounds to George. George across the timeline, guarded by Josh Hart. Over to Laurie Markkinen. Markkinen over to Colin Sexton, and the ball is off his foot, stolen by Josh Hart. Over to OG Anunoby for his shot, up and good. And the Knicks go up 11, 60-49. Kessler inbounds to Colin Sexton. Sexton over to George. George around a Kessler pick. George with the ball in the lane. His shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Towns. Over to Josh Hart. Here comes the Knicks. Hart with the ball. Looking. And he is a turnover. Looking for Mikal Bridges, but Josh Hart jumped up in the air, man. What's going on, D? Thanks for tapping in, man. We need the bench to start scoring more points. Yeah, McBride with a hamstring. Yeah. These injuries, a little bit of injuries, man. These guys, we need these guys. All right. Jazz with the ball. George with the ball, looking over to Walker Kessler. Looked like he traveled, and that's what his call is on the floor. Took some steps. So it'll be Knicks ball, turnover for the Jazz. All right. 11-point Knicks lead. Knicks with the ball. Inbounds Cameron Payne over to Mikal Bridges. Bridges with the ball over to OG Anunoby. His jumper from the free throw line, no good. Rebounded by Walker Kessler over to Colin Sexton. Sexton with the ball, down 11. Sexton, and a foul on the floor. Karl Anthony Towns fouls Markkinen. Not a foul. We need it. Not a foul. We need it, man. So the Jazz will inbound the ball. Jazz inbounds over to George. George looking, finds Laurie Markkinen for a three-pointer from the elbow. No good. Rebounded by Zhang and lays it up and in. So offensive rebound. Knicks inbound. Josh Hart over to Cameron Payne. Payne has the ball over to Mikal Bridges. Bridges around the town screen. Bridges out to Cameron Payne in the corner to Josh Hart. Hart. And he throws it off of the Jazz. So it'll be Knicks ball. All right, so Knicks will inbound. Knicks inbounds. OG Anunoby inbounds to Cameron Payne. Payne in the corner to Mikal Bridges for his three-point shot. No, good. Well, it was a two-pointer. It looked like his foot was on the line, so 62-51. All right, Jazz inbounds. Sexton over to George. George across the timeline. Back to Sexton. Sexton guarded by Bridges at the three-point line at the top of the key. Sexton looking down the lane. Step back jump shot in the lane. Up, no good. Rebounded by Josh Hart. Here comes the Knicks. Hart with the ball. Hart down the lane. Over to Karl Anthony Towns for the dunk. No good, but he is fouled. And Karl Anthony Towns will be at the free throw line. Good look by Josh Hart. Throw it back to Karl Anthony Towns and almost had a highlight dunk over Walker Kessler. And just missed it. And look like the Jazz are challenging the foul call. So timeout on the floor. Jazz are challenging the calls like it wasn't a foul. But I think it's a foul. So we'll come back and see. We will come back and see on that play. But I'm pretty sure when they come back, the call on the floor will stand, man, and look like a foul to me. But hey, but then again, it is the Knicks, so they'll come back with some type of explanation. Leave you be like, what? What'd you say? Huh? So it was an 11-point Knicks lead. Like I said, Knicks need to have a strong third quarter, man, to really extend this lead and to, you know, get get control of this game, man. Have a strong third quarter on the Jazz. Jazz right now looking a little bit lifeless and stuff. So, hey, the Knicks can take advantage of that, man, and just keep scoring, man. Let's get this dub. Let's make it 9 in a row. Got 8 in a row. Let's start the New Year's off with the win, with the bang, man. Like I said, Happy New Year's, man, to all, man. Demeet, Happy New Year's, man. So hopefully Knicks get a New Year's Day win today to start the new year off right. Closed out the 2024 season with 8 in a row. Let's start the new year off with another dub and get this started, man. Let's get this win tonight. Let's go Knicks, blue and orange skies. You already know what the vibes is. So I want to see what is the call. Like I said, man, every time, man, they come up with something. When it's Knicks, man, they come up with something, man. He said no foul on the play, so they'll have to jump. I was like, unbelievable, man. Every time it's the Knicks, man, they come up with some. They change some calls. All right, so they'll jump it at center with Walker Kessler against Karl Anthony Towns. Knicks up 11, 62-51, 9:14 left to go. Jazz win the tap. Kessler taps it over to Keontae George. George with the ball over to Markkanen. Markkanen to Sexton. Sexton around a Kessler screen. Sexton in the lane. Lays it up and in. Knicks inbounds. Towns over to Cameron Payne. Payne with the ball. 62-53. Payne has the ball across the timeline. Payne at the elbow. Over to Karl Anthony Towns. Towns looked like he's going to take the three-point shot. Fakes coming to lane. Towns in the lane. Shot is no good. Up and in, and a foul. So Towns will be at the line to finish off the three-point play. I mean, he got fouled like about 4 times on the play. Finally called it the last time. And Towns at the free throw line. Knicks. Towns free throws up, and it's good. Knicks 65. Jazz 53, 8:42 left to go in the third quarter from Madison Square Garden. Knicks with a 12-point lead. Jazz inbounds. Juzang inbounds to George. George over to Kessler. Kessler looking. Finds George. George pull up three-point shot up and good. 65-56. Knicks inbounds. OG Anunoby inbounds to Cameron Payne. Payne at the top of the three-point line over to Karl Anthony Towns for his three-point shot. In and out. Rebounded by Sexton. Here comes the Jazz. Sexton with the ball over to Lauri Markkanen. Markkanen in the lane. Shot is blocked by Karl Anthony Towns. Ahead to Josh Hart. Hart with the ball. Looking, finds OG Anunoby in the lane. And he is fouled, and he'll be going to the free throw line. So, good look from Josh Hart. So, back at the free throw line, be OG Anunoby will be at the free throw line, trying to finish it off. That's right, Neymar. Let's start New Year's off on the right foot. Knicks got to win this game. Got to win this game, man. Got to win this game. All right, OG Anunoby's first free throw is up, and it's good. Knicks go back up 10, 66-56. All right. OG's second free throw is up, and it's no good. Rebounded by Xu Zhang over to George, and here comes the Jazz. George across the timeline over to Colin Sexton. Sexton guarded by Cameron Payne at the elbow at the top of the three-point line. Sexton still has the ball. Sexton throws it back out, and it's deflected out by Bridges, and it'll be Jazz ball. All right, Jazz inbounds. Sexton over to Markin and back to Sexton down the lane, lays it up and in, and a foul. So Colin Sexton will be at the free throw line to complete the 3-point play. 66-58. Knicks. And it's a foul is on Towns. Should be a second foul. All right, Sexton's free throw's up and is good. 66-59. Drew, what's good, man? Thanks for tapping in. Man, happy New Year's, man. Season's greetings and all that good stuff, man. Hope you are well. Hope your family is well, man. Happy holidays, man. Happy New Year's. Let's go Knicks. Let's get this New Year's Day win. Let's start this 2025 off with a win, man. Finish out 2024 season 8 in a row. Let's make it 9 in a row starting tonight against the Jazz. All right, 7-point Knicks lead, 7:42 left to go in the third quarter. Towns inbounds to Payne. Payne over the timeline. Yeah, happy Christmas, Hanukkah to you and yours. Same to you too, bro. All right, Cameron Payne in the lane. The shot is up, no good. Rebounded by the Jazz, and here they come to Xu Zhang. No good, but put back in by Laurie Markkinen on the putback dunk. 66-61. Knicks inbounds. Hart inbounds to Payne. Over the Bridges, over to Hart over to Towns. Towns 3-point shot is up and good. 69-61. So there's those Towns. Knicks go up 8. Jazz inbound. Sexton over to George. George with the ball. Looking. Guarded by Josh Hart at the top of the 3-point line. Around a Kessler screen. Those alley-oop to Kessler, no good. Rebounded by Towns. Here comes the Knicks. Over to Josh Hart. Over to Mikal Bridges in the lane. His step-back jump shot is up and good. 10-point Knicks lead, 71-61. All right, Jazz inbounds. Sexton over to George. Back to Sexton. Over to Kessler, and it's out of bounds, and it'll be a turnover. It'll be Knicks ball. So a little sloppy with the Jazz. All right, Knicks inbounds. Towns with a 3-point shot, no good. Rebounded by Colin Sexton. Here comes the Jazz. Sexton over to Jordan Clarkson, who's named Clarkson with a pull-up 3-point shot, good. 71-64. Knicks inbounds. Payne inbounds to Bridges. Bridges with the ball. Over to Towns. Towns over to Payne. Payne over to OG and Anunoby in the lane. OG up and in. 73-64. Walker Kessler inbounds to George, and here comes the Jazz. George around a Kessler screen. George lays it up and in. 73-66. Towns inbounds to Josh Hart. Hart with the ball. Over to Mikal Bridges. Thought about the 3-point shot in the lane. His shot is up. No good. Rebounded by Towns. Towns over to Josh Hart. Hart down the lane. Out to Cameron Payne. Stolen by Markkinen. Ahead to Colin Sexton for the layup. 5-point Knicks lead. Hart inbounds to Cameron Payne. Payne over to OG Anunoby. OG over to Josh Hart. Hart around a Town screen. Over the OG Anunoby for a 3-point shot up and good. 76-68. Back to an 8-point Knicks lead. Jazz inbounds. Look like they're coming right back. Marketing inbounds to George. George with the ball. George around the Clarkson screen. George looking. Back to Clarkson. Clarkson guarded by Bridges. Thought about the 3-point shot. Clarkson in the lane in the corner to Marketing, and it's out of bounds. It'll be Knicks ball turnover. It's okay. True jazz is meant to be unstructured. It's okay. Uh-huh. Neymar. All right. 8-point Knicks lead. 4:45 left to go in the third quarter. This game is still in hand. Knicks inbounds. OG over to Cameron Payne around the pressure Achua screen. Cameron Payne in the lane. His shot is no good. Rebounded by Isaiah Collier. Guarded by Cameron Payne. Collier over to Laurie Markkinen in the lane. Markkinen lays it up and in. 6-point lead. OG over to Josh Hart. Hart with the ball. Over to Precious Achua. Achua over to Cameron Payne. Payne thought about the 3-point shot over to Precious Achua. His free throw line shot is up. No good. Rebounded by Collier. And here comes the Jazz. Collier with the ball. Over to Laurie Markkinen for his 3-point shot. No good. Rebounded by Mikal Bridges. Bridges over to Cameron Payne. Payne with the ball. Guarded by Markkinen. Over to Josh Hart. Hart over to Precious Achua. Achua looking in the lane. Over to Cameron Payne. His shot is up. No good, but he is fouled, and he'll be going to the free throw line. So 6-point Knicks lead, 76-70, 3:38 left to go in the third quarter. No lead to save with the Matt Ryan on the team. Oh, man. Yeah, Matt Ryan. Yeah, referencing the Falcons and the Patriots Super Bowl. But, yeah, Matt Ryan. All right, so Cameron Payne will be at the free throw line for 2. All right, Cameron Payne's first free throw is up and it's no good. In and out. Substitutions in the game. See coming in for the Jazz. See who checks in for the Jazz. Filipowski. And Cameron Payne's second free throw was good. 77-70. Knicks up 7. Filipowski inbounds to Collier. Collier with the ball. Over to Clarkson. Clarkson to Filipowski. Back to Collier. Collier in the lane. Back to Filipowski down low. His shot is blocked by Precious Achua. Filipowski gets the ball back over to Mikhaila with the 3-point shot. No good. Rebounded by Filipowski in the lane, and the ball is deflected, stolen, and back to Jazz has it. Laurie Markkinen lays it up. No good. Josh Hart with the rebound, and he is out, and it'll be Jazz ball. Wow. Markkinen missed an easy layup underneath. I know Markkinen didn't even know he had it. All right, so Jazz will inbound. All right, Jazz inbounds. Collier to Filipowski to Jordan Clarkson. Elbow 3-point shot up and good. 4-point Knicks lead. Here comes the Jazz. Precious Achua over to Josh Hart. Hart with the ball, looking, and the ball is deflected, but Bridges has it back to Precious Achua. His shot in the lane, no good. Rebounded by Josh Hart and deflected, and Josh Hart gets the rebound back. And his shot is blocked again. Should rebound. Precious Achua has OG Anunoby over to Josh Hart. Down to Precious Achua, and he is fouled. So we have a timeout on the floor. 2:32 left to go in the third quarter. Knicks up by only 4 points now, 77-73 against the Utah Jazz. And like I said, this is a game that the Knicks can win this game. But like I said, the Knicks have not been looking too good in this game, too. Like I said, they down Jalen Brunson and Deuce McBride in this game. So there's no room for error in this game. Got to make these shots count, man. Like I said, we had a 10-point lead, 11, 13-point lead. Now it's only down to 4. So the Knicks got to get back into the aggressive and got to start scoring some more. Let's take a look around the league, man. Other scores around the league. Other scores around the league. Detroit now up 93-88 over Orlando. 6:45 left to go in the fourth quarter. So the Magics are making a comeback Also in the fourth quarter, Wizards up 108-96 over the Bulls. 5:15 left to go in the fourth quarter. Also in the third quarter, Miami up 75-70 over New Orleans. 5:03 left to go in the third quarter in that game. And third quarter, Toronto up 88-85 over Brooklyn. 4 minutes left to go in the third quarter. And 3 seconds left to go before the half. Rockets up 61-52 over the Mavericks. And that is now a halftime score. And like I said, starting soon, be the Atlanta Hawks against the Denver Nuggets in Denver. And then the 10 o'clock game would be the 76ers and the Sacramento Kings. Yeah, getting sloppy out there. Hey, like I said, it's only a 4-point lead, man. Still a lot of time left, man. It's like, hey, the Jazz are right there. They've been hanging around. Knicks been up 12, 13 points. That's when the Knicks really got to take advantage of these opportunities. Guys got to start making more shots, man. Got to make some shots because, hey, now pressure is going to start coming. I know Knicks down Brunson and McBride, but, hey, got to do it. Got to pull it out. Let's start this year off with a positive note on a win. All right, 4-point Knicks lead, 2:32 left to go in the third quarter. All right, about to get back to live action. Live action will be at the free throw line. So Precious Achiuwa at the free throw line. His first free throw is up, and it's good. 78-73. So let's see if Precious Achiuwa if he can make 2 of them. Like I said, free throw has been a problem for the Knicks this season. They get into the line, but not taking advantage of it. And his second free throw is no good. Rebounded by Kyle Filipowski over to Isaiah Collier. Collier with the ball across the timeline at the top of the three-point line, guarded by Hart. Over to Clarkson. Clarkson over to Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh in the lane against Mikal Bridges. Passes it back out to Collier. Over to Clarkson. Clarkson step back three-point shot. No good. Rebounded by Josh Hart. Here comes the Knicks. Hart with the ball. Looking over to OG Anunoby with Clarkson on OG down low inside and scores 80-73. Good and strong move by OG Anunoby. So, all right, Filipowski inbounds to Collier. Collier over to Filipowski, over to Clarkson. Clarkson in the lane, thought about the three-point shot. Guarded by Precious Achiuwa. Clarkson in the lane. Free throw shot is up, no good, and he will be at the free throw line. Foul on the play by Precious Achiuwa. So Jordan Clarkson will be at the free throw line for 2. 7-point Knicks lead, 80-73. Clarkson's first free throw is up and is good. 80-74. Substitutions coming into the game. So, for the Knicks, Karl Anthony Towns will check back in the game. And Clarkson's second free throw is up, and it's no good. So Clarkson 1 of 2 from the line, rebounded by Karl Anthony Towns. Towns over to Josh Hart. Hart with the ball over to Tyler Kolek, who also checked in the game as well. 80-74 Kolek over to OG Anunoby to Josh Hart. 1:34 left to go in the third quarter to OG Anunoby down the lane for the dunk. Nice give and go. 82-74. Filipowski inbounds to Collier. Collier back to Filipowski. Filipowski over to Jordan Clarkson around the Filipowski screen. Clarkson in the lane. His float in the lane is up and good. 82-76. OG Anunoby inbounds to Josh Hart. Hart with the ball. Over to Tyler Kolek to Anunoby. Back to Hart. Minute left to go in the third quarter. Over to Towns. Towns over to OG Anunoby, and he is blocked by Clarkson. And here comes the Jazz. Clarkson, Filipowski to Clarkson, back to Filipowski, over to Clarkson, over to Isaiah Collier in the lane. And look like it's a kickball, so it'll be Jazz ball. So OG was looking for the foul and got fouled on her by Jordan Clarkson. Hashtag Matt Ryan curse. All right, so the Knicks will inbound 49. I mean, the Jazz inbounds. Collier over to Clarkson. Clarkson looking. Clarkson around a Walker Kessler screen. Clarkson in the corner, Mikalik for a 3-point shot. No good. Rebounded by Towns. Towns over to Josh Hart. 35 seconds left to go. Hart pull up 3-point shot up and good. 9-point Knicks lead, 85-76. All right. Jazz inbounds. Inbounds Clarkson to Collier. Collier with the ball. 20 seconds left to go in the quarter. Clarkson around a sensor ball screen. Back out to sensor ball for his 3-point shot from the top. No good. Rebounded by Towns again. Out to Tyler Kolick. Kolick over to Mikal Bridges. Running the lane. Lays it up and in. 87-76. 7.4 seconds left to go. Knicks up 11. All right. Jazz inbounds. Sensor ball over to Clarkson. Clarkson. Pull up 3-point shot. No good, but he's fouled by Josh Hart. Let's see if it's going to be 3 or it's going to be a 2 shot. So he's not going to challenge it. And it'll be 3 free throws. It'll be 3 free throws for the Jazz. And Clarkson's first free throw is up, and it's good. 87-77. And Clarkson's second free throw is up and is also good. 87-78. Yeah, unbelievable, man. On shot. Clarkson's his third free throw is up and is also good. 87-79. 8-point Knicks lead. 1.4 seconds left to go in the quarter. And it's only an 8-point lead now. And Knicks inbounds, and that's the end of the third quarter. So Chua inbounds to Josh Hart. And so it's an 8-point game. Knicks, like I said, at halftime, Knicks were up by 10 points. So Jazz done shaved 2 points off the lead. But like I said, Knicks got to have a strong fourth quarter, man, to win this game coming out. So we'll see how the Knicks will do, because this is the pressure time now. This fourth quarter will be a 8-point lead. Let's see if the Knicks can hang on to this win. If they do hang on to this win, it's going to be a great win for the Knicks, man. It'll be a 9-game win streak, most importantly, but also it'll start the new year off with a win. Like I said, that's how we want to start off with a positive note in this game and in this season. Knicks coming in 23-10 on the season, 1 game behind Boston in the Atlantic Division. The Knicks are in second place, only down 1 game behind Boston. If the Knicks win tonight, they'll only be a half game behind the Celtics in the Atlantic Division. So this 8-game win streak has catapulted the Knicks season back. You know, Knicks started this year off 5-4 in the season, a little bit sloppy, inconsistent, but like I said, a lot of due to the chemistry. And it's gonna be like that during most of the season anyway. Because like I said, you look at the other teams that in the East, the Cavs, they've been together for a minute. Celtics been together. You know what I'm saying? Hawks, Milwaukee's been together for a minute. You know, also the Heat, Orlando. You know what I'm saying? The Pacers and stuff like that, they've been together for a minute. So, like I said, the Knicks, newer, like I said, these guys are Bridges and Towns and stuff like that, man. So, Knicks will make some adjustments. But so far, it's been good. Like I said, we've been winning the games we're supposed to be winning. And like I said, this is another game like that. We got to win this game, man. I know we down Brunson and stuff like that, but hey, let's take it. Let's take it. More playing time for other people. More playing time. Cola getting a lot of playing time tonight with Cameron Payne tonight due to Deuce McBride being out with a hamstring. So it's good, man. Good experience for Tyler Kolick. But like I said, important fourth quarter coming up. Like I said, this is the quarter that counts right now. Knicks up by 8 points. Let's get off to a strong start in this fourth quarter as well. Let's see some more hot shooting. Knicks will need some more hot shooting. All right, see some faces in the crowd. Rod Strickland, former New York Knicks. Rod Strickland in the building. All right, it'll be Knicks ball. Towns inbound to Kolick. Kolick guarded by Collier. Kolick guarded by Clarkson now. Looking, finds Towns. Towns back to Kolick around the Towns screen. Kolick back to Towns in the lane. No good, but he is fouled and he'll be going to the free throw line. So good look by Tyler Kolick finding Towns. So Towns will be at the free throw line looking for 2 more points. All right, Towns at the free throw line. Towns' first free throw is up and is good. 9-point Knicks lead. Towns' second free throw is up and is also good. 89-79, 10-point Knicks lead. 11:40, started the early fourth quarter. Knicks up 10. All right, Jazz inbound the ball. Sends the ball inbounds. Inbounds to Collier. Collier with the ball. Back to Sensa ball. Sensa ball. Looking. Finds Clarkson for an open three-pointer from the elbow. No good. Rebounded by Towns. Towns over to Kolick. Kolick with the ball. 10-point Knicks lead. Kolick at the elbow. Kolick down the lane. Looking out to Josh Hart. Hart in the lane. His floater in the lane is up and good. 91-79. Knicks go up by 12. All right, Mikalik inbounds to Clarkson, over to Collier. Collier with the ball, over to Mikalik. His three-point shot from the elbow, no good. Rebounded by Towns. Towns with the ball, out to Tyler Kolick. 12-point Knicks lead. Kolick with the ball at the elbow, top of the three-point line. Kolick around the Towns screen. Kolick in the lane, looking, passes in the corner to Precious Achiuwa for his three-point shot from the corner, up and good. 15-point Knicks lead. Knicks go up 15. Knicks in a little bit of breathing room. Good shooting in this fourth quarter. All right, Clarkson inbounds to Collier. Collier with the ball. Collier looking over to Mikalik in the lane, and he passes to Walker Kessler, back out to Isaiah Collier for his three-point shot. No good. Rebounded by Towns. Here comes the Knicks. Towns up to Josh Hart. Hart in the lane. His shot is up, no good, but he'll be going to the free throw line. Good strong take by Josh Hart. Knicks up 15 right now, 10-12 left to go. Early fourth quarter, Knicks starting to take control of the game. Up 15. This is what the Knicks got to do. All right. Let's see if Hart can make a couple of free throws, man. Josh Hart's first free throw is no good. Yeah, like I said, it's one thing to get to the line. It's nothing to make it count, make it cash in. And also, Lauri Markkanen would check back in for the Jazz, now down 15 points. So can Hart make his next free throw? OG Anunoby was also checked back into the game for the Knicks as well. For Precious Achiuwa. And Josh Hart's second free throw is up, and it's good. 95-79, 16-point Knicks lead now. So Knicks go up by 16, 10-12 left to go, early fourth quarter. Let's see if the Knicks could Stretch this thing out even more. All right. Jazz inbounds. Mikalik inbounds to Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh back to Mikalik. Mikalik across the timeline, guarded by Kolik. Mikalik around a Kessler screen. Mikalik in the lane over to Walker Kessler and almost stolen. Kessler gets it back, lays it up and in. 95-81. All right, Knicks inbounds. Towns inbounds to Josh Hart. Hart with the ball around the town screen. Hart down the lane, lays it up and in. 97-81. Sensabaugh inbounds to Mikalik. Mikalik ahead to Jordan Clarkson. Clarkson pull up 3-point shot up, no good. Rebounded by Towns. Towns looking over to Josh Hart. Hart with the ball. Over to Kolik. Kolik back to Josh Hart. To OG Anunoby. OG guarded by Lauri Markkanen. OG over to Hart. Hart in the lane. Step back, shot from the free throw line, no good. Rebounded by Sensabaugh. Here comes the Jazz. Sensabaugh looking. Finds Walker Kessler in the lane. Kessler looking. Finds Jordan Clarkson. Clarkson down the lane, lays it up and in, and the foul. So Jordan Clarkson will be at the line to complete the 3-point play. Knicks up 97-83. 14-point Knicks lead. And Clarkson will be at the free throw line, fouled by Josh Hart. All right, Clarkson's free throw is up, and it's no good. Rebounded by Towns, and here comes the Knicks. Knicks with the ball. Towns over to, it almost looked like he got hit, over to OG Anunoby. OG with the ball. OG to Karl Anthony Towns down the lane, and he dunks it. 99-83, 16-point Knicks lead. Jazz inbound, Mikalik inbounds to Markkanen over to Clarkson in the lane, back to Markkanen, guarded by Mikal Bridges. Markkanen, fall-away shot, no good, rebounded by Towns. Towns over to Josh Hart. Hart with the ball. 16-point Knicks lead over to OG Anunoby. OG in the lane, throws it back out to Karl Anthony Towns in the corner to Mikal Bridges for his 3-point shot. No good. Rebounded by the Jazz. Clarkson. Here comes the Jazz. Clarkson. Clarkson in the lane with Tyler Kolik in the lane. His shot is up. No good, but he'll go back to the free throw line again. Fouled by Tyler Kolik. 16-point Knicks lead. 8:09 left to go in the fourth quarter. Yeah, he sure did caught him this time with the dunk. And look like Josh Hart has another back-to-back triple-double, man. 11 points, 11 rebounds, and 12 assists. So what a game by Josh Hart. Another triple-double coming off of that triple-double in D.C. All right. Clarkson's first free throw is up, and it's good. 99-84. Cameron Payne will check back into the game for the Knicks as well. For the final stretch run. And Clarkson's second free throw is up, and it's also good. 14-point Knicks lead, 99-85. With 8:09 left to go in the fourth quarter. And Knicks will inbound the ball. OG Anunoby inbounds to Cameron Payne. 14-point Knicks lead. Payne with the ball. Over to Mikal Bridges. Bridges over to Hart. Hart to OG Anunoby, down to Karl Anthony Towns. Towns back to OG Anunoby. Underneath, up and in. Good look by OG. 101-85. All right, Jazz inbounds. Kessler over to George. George, guarded by Cameron Payne at the top of the 3-point line. George in the lane. His shot is up, no good. And look like it's going to be still under violation by Walker Kessler with the ball on the rim. So it'll be Knicks ball, 7:35 left to go in the fourth quarter. Knicks up 16 points. Knicks taking control of this game, man. Start of the fourth quarter. All right, Josh Hart inbounds to Cameron Payne. Payne with the ball. Over to Mikal Bridges. Bridges over to Towns. Towns with the ball. Over to OG Anunoby. OG guarded by Walker Kessler. OG. Step back 3-point shot up, no good. Rebounded by George, and here comes the Jazz. George with the ball over to Zhuzhang with a 3-point shot, no good. Rebounded by OG. OG over to Cameron Payne, and here comes the Knicks. Knicks up 16. Payne with the ball at the elbow, top of the 3-point line, around the Karl Anthony Towns screen. Payne over to Towns. Towns looking backdoor to Josh Hart, who lays it up and in. 18-point Knicks lead, timeout on the floor, 6:45 left to go in the fourth quarter. Knicks in control right now, up 18. Starters fourth quarter, strong fourth quarter for the Knicks. Look like the Knicks are on a 16 to 6 run, 16 to 6 run to open up this fourth quarter to stretch this lead out to 18. Much needed run to do this, man. Like I said, this is a game that the Knicks got to win this game. These are the games you got to win. Got to start stacking these wins, man. Yeah. First of all, I want to thank everybody for tapping in, man, on this live stream, Knicks versus the Jazz from Madison Square Garden in New York. Thank you for tapping in from YouTube, Twitter, and all social media platforms. If this is your first time to my channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. Also share this on all social media platforms, as well as go subscribe to the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. The link is right there in the chat. Our one centralized location for all of our contents: basketball, boxing, baseball, football, UFC, MMA, soccer, and wrestling. As well as please go subscribe to all the members of the Big Blue Crew Sports Network, myself, the Man-Cave Podcast, Unpopular Opinion Sports or NYG, G Nation Inside Sports with Big Lou, Big Pat Sports Talk, Coach Ed Gladney's Amazing World of Sports, Miz in the Midday, Wales to New Jersey, Mac the Giants fan, Zion Zenith, Leaf Diggy, Mets 2128, El Capitan, Rafachuo, and also go subscribe to the newest members of the Big Blue Crew, TP Way, Deception, Delay of Game, and also Miss Trina. And also want to wish everybody a happy New Year's, man, and happy holidays. Hope all is well with everybody, man. Hopefully you're enjoying this holiday season. Like I said, Knicks close out the 2024 year with an 8-game win streak coming into the new year. Let's start it off right with this win to make it 9 in a row. And I'll be back on here Friday night at 8 o'clock. Knicks versus OKC, the Thunder from Oklahoma City. That would be a great test for the Knicks. OKC, one of the top teams out west, as well as one of the top contenders for the NBA championship. All right, back to action. Look like Josh Hart, like I said, with his triple-double, 13 points, 12 rebounds, and 11 assists. And that's his second straight triple-doubles back-to-back. All right, Jazz inbound the ball. Inbound to George. George with the ball. Looking. Guarded by OG Anunoby at the top. George over to Zhu Zhang with the 3-point shot, and it's good. 103-88. Knicks inbound. Hart inbounds to Cameron Payne. Payne with the ball. Over to Mikal Bridges. Bridges over to Towns. Towns guarded by Markkanen. Towns in the lane. His shot is up. No good. And foul. So Towns will be at the free throw line. 15-point Knicks lead. Towns will be at the free throw line. Let's see, free throw line has been an adventure for the Knicks somewhat this season, man. Hopefully you can get to the line and make 2 in a row, or we'll see. A 15-point Knicks lead. Towns' first free throw is up, and it's no good. 103-88. 15-point lead. Towns' second free throw is up, and it's good. 104-88. 16-point Knicks lead. It'll be Jazz ball. Jazz will inbound the ball. Like I said, Knicks in control of the game right now. Like I said, Xu Zhang inbounds to George. George with the ball. 6 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Knicks up comfortably, up 16 points. George over to Jordan Clarkson. Clarkson with the ball, guarded by Towns. Clarkson in the lane. His shot is up and good, and a foul. 104-90. So Clarkson will be at the free throw line. The foul will be on Towns. Clarkson uncharacteristically been missing some free throws tonight, man. He's a good free throw shooter. 14-point Knicks lead. Clarkson's free throws up, no good. Rebounded by Towns. Towns over to Cameron Payne. Payne with the ball. Jordan Clarkson off the bench with 25 points. Payne over to Mikal Bridges. Bridges around the town screen over to Josh Hart. Hart with the ball. Looking, and the ball is stolen. Stolen by George. George with the ball. Looking over to Laurie Marketing from the corner. Marketing back out to Colin Sexton for the corner 3-point shot, up and good. 11-point Knicks lead, 104-93. 5:18 left to go. Knicks will inbound. Knicks inbound the ball to Josh Hart. Hart with the ball across the timeline. Hart in the lane, and he dunks it right down the lane. Josh Hart, 106-93, and the Jazz inbound. Inbound to George, over to Colin Sexton for his 3-point shot from the elbow. No good. Rebounded by Sexton. Sexton still with the ball. Over to Laurie Marketing for his corner 3-point shot. No good. Rebounded by Josh Hart. 13-point Knicks lead, 106-93. Over to Towns. Towns with the ball. Looking. Towns looking. Over to Bridges. Bridges trying to find a mismatch. OG Anunoby over to OG, guarded by Colin Sexton. OG in the lane, and he is fouled by Xu Zhang. It was only 4 seconds on the clock, man. All right. So the Knicks will inbound 106-93. Bridges into Towns. Towns guarded by Marketing. Towns in the lane. Shot is up and good. 108-93. All right. Jazz inbounds. Clarkson over to George. George to Marketing, guarded by Bridges. Marketing shot is up, no good, but he is fouled and he'll be going to the free throw line. Oh, 15-point lead, 4:10 left to go in the fourth quarter. Marketing will be at the free throw line. His first free throw is up, and it's good. And Marketing's second free throw is up and is also good. 108-95. 13-point Knicks lead. All right. And Knicks inbound. OG Anunoby inbound. Looking. Finds Josh Hart. Hart, and the ball is stolen by the Jazz. Xu Zhang. His shot is up. No good. Rebounded by Towns. Towns with the ball over to Cameron Payne. Knicks caught a break on that one. Payne with the ball. Karl Anthony Towns, a double-double too. 27 points, 20 rebounds. Wow. All right. Bridges over to Towns, and he is fouled by Marketing. So Towns will be at the free throw line. All right. So Towns will be at the free throw line with 27 points and 20 rebounds, man. Another big, big game for Towns. He's already had like a couple of 30-point games and 20 rebound games. Towns' first free throws up, and it's good. 109-95. Towns' second free throws up and is also good. 110-95, 15-point Knicks lead. So Towns with 29 points and 20 rebounds. Another basket, and he will get his 30 and 20. All right, Jazz inbounds. 3:51 left to go. George inbounds to Clarkson. Back to George. George over to Clarkson. Clarkson over to Markkanen. Markkanen guarded by OG Anunoby. Markkanen down the lane. Shot is up and good. 110-97. Towns inbounds to Cameron Payne. Payne guarded by George. Payne with the ball. Across the timeline. Payne in the lane out to OG Anunoby. OG with the ball. Out to Bridges. Bridges over to Towns. Towns step back shot up. No good. Rebounded by Zhuzang. Over to George. George with the ball. His 3-point shot from the top 3-point line. No good. Rebounded by Towns. Towns over to Josh Hart. 2:54 left to go in the fourth quarter. Hart with the ball. Still looking for Towns. Towns in the lane. His shot is up. No good. No foul. Wow. Markkanen with the rebound. Over to George. George in the corner to Jordan Clarkson. Clarkson, and it is knocked out. It'll be Jazz ball. Couldn't believe that was no foul on for Karl-Anthony Towns. And there's a timeout on the floor. 2:35 left to go in the fourth quarter. Knicks up 110-97 over the Jazz. And like I said, man, it's going to be a good, tough, gutted out win for the Knicks, man. Like I said, no Brunson, no McBride tonight. Like I said, hopefully, let me see. I don't know if they're going to be able to play for Friday night against OKC on the road. OKC Friday night on the road, and then the Chicago Bulls Saturday night on the road as well. 2 games, 8 o'clock games. Or the win tonight for the Knicks will go to 24-10 on the season with a 9-game win streak going into that game against the Oklahoma City Thunder. So the Knicks just going to keep chugging along, man. Keep getting these dubs as we can. Keep stacking these wins. Yeah, I'm going to look at some other scores around the league. Miami up 108-98 over New Orleans with 3:47 left to go in the fourth quarter. Also in the fourth quarter, Toronto has opened up a big lead now on the Brooklyn Nets, 119-99 with 4:18 left to go in the fourth quarter. Also, third quarter, 3:55 left to go in that game. Houston up 81-67 over Dallas. And also early second quarter, Denver up 43-35 over the Atlanta Hawks. And score that has won final, Detroit has defeated the Orlando Magic's 105-96. Also, Washington defeats Chicago 125-107. And the 10 o'clock game would be Philadelphia and the Sacramento Kings. That game will tip off at 10 o'clock, starting tip off shortly in that game. And like I said, also on the Big Blue Crew Sports Network right now, my brother Leaf Diggy's on there doing the Toronto Raptors against the Brooklyn Nets. So if you want to go in and tap in and go support Leaf, please go ahead and go on the network. Please subscribe to the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. You can go over there and also hit that like and subscribe button. Also, man, please hit the like and subscribe button and share it on all social media platforms. It costs you nothing, man. It is free to subscribe. And thank you for coming, tapping into the Man-Cave podcast. I'm S. God, the host of the Man-Cave podcast. One podcast, Knicks, Giants, NFL games, also Duke basketball. I live stream those games, so you can always tap in, man. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so you know what time I'll come on. Make sure you hit that notification bell as well so you know what time I'll be on to live stream gaming when I go live. All right, back to action. The Jazz ball. Clarkson inbound Markkanen stolen by OG Anunoby over to Cameron Payne. Payne with the ball. over to Karl Anthony Towns, guarded by Marketing. Towns in the lane. Shot is up and good. Towns is looking for a foul. No foul. 112-97. All right, Jazz inbounds. Marketing over to Sexton. Sexton over to George. George with the ball, guarded by Josh Hart. Over to Laurie Marketing. Marketing over to Colin Sexton. Sexton in the lane, and the pass is stolen by OG Anunoby, and here comes the Knicks. OG with the steal. OG down the lane, lays it up and in, and a foul. 114-97. So OG will be at the free throw line to complete the 3-point play. Foul is on Jordan Clarkson. But like I said, Knicks really haven't been hitting free throws too good, man. It's like that's the only one of the weakness of the team is the free throw shooting, man. They're going to get to the line, but they got to make these free throws. OG's free throws is no good. Rebounded by George. Over to Clarkson. 1:47 left to go in the game. Clarkson guarded by Bridges. Clarkson, and he loses the ball, and it'll be Knicks ball. So Knicks will inbounds. Towns will inbounds. Towns inbounds to Cameron Payne. Payne with the ball. Payne has the ball at the top of the three-point line, guarded by Marketing. Over to Hart. Hart over to Mikal Bridges for his pull-up three-point shot. Good. 117-97, 20-point Knicks lead. Jazz inbounds. Marketing inbounds to George. Back to Marketing. Marketing down the lane, lays it up and in. 117-99. Knicks inbounds. Towns over to Cameron Payne. Minute 13 left to go in the game. Payne over the timeline. Payne still has the ball. Payne down the lane over to Josh Hart for his three-point shot. No good. Rebounded by George, but it looked like it's fouled by OG Anunoby, so it'll be Jazz ball. Well, probably be at the free throw line. 54 seconds left to go in the game. So let me see who would be at the free throw line. I'd be George at the free throw line. It's Zhuzhang. His first free throw's up and is good. 117-100. And his second free throw's up and it's also good. 117-101. Knicks with a 16-point lead. 54 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter in the game. Knicks looking for their 9th win in a row. Knicks inbounds. Mikal Bridges inbounds to Cameron Payne. Payne with the ball across the timeline. Payne down the lane over to OG Anunoby. Fakes the shot. Back to Payne. Over to Josh Hart. Hart with the ball. 39 seconds left to go. Over to Karl Anthony Towns, guarded by back to Mikal Bridges for a fall-away shot, up and good. 119-101. Jazz inbounds. Marketing inbounds to George. George over to Marketing. Underneath to Colin Sexton. Sexton back out to Marketing for his jump shot. No good, but Sexton put it right back up and in. 119-103, 16 seconds left to go, and that will do it. Knicks will just run out the clock. So great win by the Knicks, man. 119-103 over the Utah Jazz. Knicks winners of 9 in a row now, go to 24-10 on the season. Knicks are now a half game behind the Celtics in the Atlantic Division for second place in the Atlantic Division. Jazz fall to 7-25 on the season. Great win for the Knicks, man. Also, man, like I said, great win for the Knicks, man. The final stats: Knicks 119, Utah Jazz 103. And final stats for the Jazz: Laurie Marketing finishes with 16 points, a double-double, 16 points, 10 rebounds. Walker Kessler with 6 points, 8 rebounds. Colin Sexton with 25 points. Johnny Zhuzhang with 10 points. Keontae George finishes with 15 points and 6 assists. Kyle Filipowski finishes with 2 points. Bryce Sensabaugh with 4. Jordan Clarkson off the bench was the high man, tied for the leading scorer with 25 points. Mikalik finishes and did not score. And that is all for the bench scoring for the Utah Jazz. Overall shooting for the Jazz, 39 of 96 for 41%. Three-point shooting, 13 of 43 for 30%. Free throw shooting, only 12 of 15 for 80%. Jazz did finish with 45 rebounds, 23 assists, 7 steals, but they had 16 turnovers. For the Knicks, Mikal Bridges finishes with 27 points. OG Anunoby had 22 points. The high man, big man, Karl Anthony Towns, again, 31 points, 21 rebounds in this game, a double-double. Cameron Payne started in place of Jalen Brunson, finishes with 8 points and 9 assists in the game. Josh Hart, another triple-double, man, 15 points, 14 rebounds, 12 assists in this game. Off the bench for the Knicks, Precious Achiuwa had 12 points and 3 rebounds off the bench. Landry Shamet and Tyler Kolek both with 2 points apiece off the bench. Overall shooting for the Knicks, 47 of 85 for 55%. Three-point shooting, Knicks was 9 of 23 for 39%. Free throw shooting, 16 of 23 for 70%. Rebounding, Knicks had 47 rebounds, 31 assists, 10 steals, and 13 turnovers for the game. Once again, Knicks win the game 119-103. Great win for the Knicks. No Jalen Brunson, no Deuce McBride. But the Knicks held on and won the game for their 9th in a row to start the New Year's off with a win. 9 wins in a row. Knicks, I'll say, will play Friday night against the Oklahoma City Thunder at 8 o'clock on the road at OKC. And the Utah Jazz goes to 7-25 on the season, man. Let me shout out the chat while I'm here, man. Shout out to my boy Unpopular Opinion Sports NYG, Big Pat Sports Talk, as well as Tyrone Hall, Miz for coming through, Dewani as always for the support, El Capitan, Rafa Chudo, Neymar for coming through, my boy Demeet, thanks for coming through, man. Drew with 2 Giants goofball. Shout out to you, man. Thank you guys for tapping in, man. And like I said, once again, final score Knicks 119-103, man. Like I said, thank you guys for tapping in, man. If this is your first time to my channel, the Man Cave Podcast, please hit that like and subscribe button, man. Also share it on all social media platforms. It don't cost you nothing. It's free, man. Just subscribe, man. Keep bringing you great content like this as well. Brio, you already know what it is, man. Thanks for tapping in, bro. 9 in a row. You know what it is. Like I said, Friday night, Knicks will be at OKC to play the Thunder, a big test for the Knicks. I don't know if Brunson will be playing or McBride. I mean, hopefully they'll be back, but, we'll see how it goes, man. But like I said, a great win for the Knicks, man, 119-103 over the Jazz. Like I said, we'll be back Friday night, man. Knicks and OKC, Oklahoma City Thunder at 8 o'clock. So once again, I want to thank everybody for tapping in, man. If this is your first time to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. Also go subscribe to the Big Blue Crew Sports Network as well, and all the great content creators of the Big Blue Crew Sports Network, man. And once again, I want to wish everybody, man, a happy New Year's, man. Brio, happy New Year's, man, to you and your family, man. Like I said, season's greeting, man. Hope all is well, man. I wish everybody have a great holiday, man. And like I said, we'll be back on here Friday night, Knicks versus the OKC Thunder. Till then, man, we'll see you next time. Peace.
This has been a Big Blue Crew Sports Network production.
Who's got the rocket launcher? I say we blow it up. Now fire that thing.
for the city of sports, playing with a giant Nick. With my man S. God.
That's him.
You feel the vibe?
That's me.
We going live.
That's us.
That like button shared, you been subscribed.
Stadium.
That MetLife, Big Blue, home of the Braves.
Yeah.
That turnpike, you can see that's where the game's played. NFL one day, then it's the NBA. Madison Square Garden, that's where the Knicks play. This that NY Logan, North don't get broken. Legalize mean this shit smoking. I'm on topic, dropping another episode. The game winner, trade, maybe a field goal. Everybody right now doing the wave. You tune in the show called TheMan-Cave. I see the chat, they always doing their thing. Big views, 85 inch screen. The game's on, you rush and bleed. Remain calm, you on the road and chill. Do the watch along. The show's on, the host, you know it's S-God. It's no telling the panel filled with guest stars. You're now rocking with the voice, you know what it is. It's your boy J Boogie. You're now rocking with my man S-God. I support him to the fullest, you heard? My man Mike Blaze. This is Alter Production. What that mean, we about to alter everything that's playing. Tune in. My man S.G.O.D. Support the show. Subscribe, share it. Most importantly, hit that like button.